Okay, so this is the Bear Hills Shire Cruthaich Armachd Disciplines Molding and Casting Tutorial Video Part 1. In this video today, what we're going to show is how to pour molten wax into latex molds that I've taken of clay that's been hardened. The clay has come from the design that I drew, and these designs are badges of ranks for the Knights of Bear Hills Shire. So here are some of them I cut out to give you a better idea. This would be Captain, Lieutenant, General, Marshal. The Armachd Knights have interns, journeymans, craftsmen. The Cruthaich Knights have associates, fellows, artisans. And those are the three different ranks of knights that happen in our shire. So what's going to happen with these badges is two things. One is we're going to put them on a plaque that they will get from the shire saying that you've achieved this rank and this status. Then they're going to get is something like this that's going to go on a chain they wear across their chest. So when they fight full heavy armored combat, people can recognize their rank and also the fact that they're a knight of a certain order. Each of these ranks has removable tiles so that I can have just a blank to cast for multiple times. I can have specific ranks that I can add into those casts. Right now I just did a molding cast of the blanks and the individual pieces. So what's going to happen is I took this mold builder that I got from Michael's. It's basically a brush-on applique, so it looks like almost like pudding, and you just brush it on. You do want to make sure that you put on some kind of mold release. I use cooking oil. I'm sure there's plenty of other kind of more official mold releases than that. And that stops this latex from sticking to whatever you're putting it on and ripping apart. Another thing that you want to keep in mind is that we did a test piece, and it did, I think it was about 6 coats on there, and it just tore big holes as soon as we pulled it off. So we want to be careful with that. You do want to make sure that you're doing this in a pretty well ventilated room, because this stuff smells pretty bad. It's obviously, doing its job and making the shapes that it needs to make. I would recommend that you have plenty of water and a way to clean your brush in between each application, otherwise that stuff will glue itself to whatever you're using as a brush applique. So like my brush was basically coated in that stuff, and you have to pick it all off. This is a potpourri scented wax heater you can get from the dollar store. This one I got at Goodwill. Somebody had donated it. This is the original wood stamp that we used for the Cruthaich privy seal. We wood burned it in there, pressed it into the clay, and then made the shapes a little bit more. But I'm just using it as a riser to get the flame a little bit closer to the pot that I'm going to heat the wax up in, which is right here. I have a ladle that I'm using to dip the wax out and then pour into the molds. This is just basic scented candle wax. You can get it from anywhere, Walmart, dollar store, just the little cubes that you can get and put in these things. It just makes it smell nice. I'm going to light my candle. Put the wax up on there like that. And we wait, because that's a lot of wax in a little candle. You can also speed the process up by putting the whole thing in the oven. I would say no higher than like 200 degrees. And then in about 15-20 minutes, not even that, you'll have a nice bowl of hot wax. I would definitely recommend putting it in another pan for spills, because you really don't want all that wax all over your oven, which would not be fun. And that's the end of part 1. Part 2, we will come back and pour the wax into the molds and see how they come out.